So, Amina, here's another question that we got from our viewer who's asking if someone is refused for LMIA, dual intent high wage due to salary. So, do they need to meet the job bank rate? Also, should they apply only under the high wage stream with the removal of dual intent bonus points?
So LMI wages are actually really complicated. When somebody submits an application for a high wage LMIA, there are actually several wages that they need to comply with. Firstly, they need to apply with the provincial wage, so the minimum wage in that province. Secondly, they need to meet the high wage threshold in line at the time that the application was submitted. So, for example, I think that is the 34.07 this person is referring to, that in Ontario, at the time when they applied, the high wage threshold was 34.07.
Mhm.
And the third wage threshold they need to meet is the wage for the specific knock code in that specific city or province. Okay. So if for their knock code, the median wage is more than 34.07 in that location in Ontario,
Mhm.
they need to meet that unless there's some type of exception, right? So, for example, there is a collective agreement under which they're paid less, or some other very limited exceptions. But I'm assuming what happened in this person's case is that although they hit the provincial minimum wage and they hit the high wage threshold, they did not meet the median wage level for that job for that location in Ontario.
Mhm.
And if that's the case, then when they reapply, they need to ensure that their employer hits all three wage levels. As this person has correctly identified, now the dual intent LMIAs are gone. So there is no longer an option to receive 50 to 200 points in the express entry PR system for an LMIA. So due to their error or their employer's error, this is really going to set them back on their PR journey. And really, all they can do now is go forward and apply for an LMIA based work permit and hope that that's going to give them the sufficient number of points that they need. I think this person's experience is a great example of why it's important to submit everything correctly the first time. Because
Mhm.
if you don't, you could be refused. And by the time you apply